let me know if this started because for some reason you find out before it's live. How come I started, but you're the one that finds? Anyway, I'm Brent Leary.
I'm Paul Greenberg.
It's the day before Christmas, and all through my house, not a creature is staring because I'm the only one here. But we are the CRM Playaz.
Although
Happy
we're
Christmas Eve.
Well, remember, with the CRM Playaz about 4 seconds before we started.
What were we before that?
Live, not live.
Okay. Well, we are here and it's Christmas Eve and it's a very rainy, damp, dreary kind of day down here. I don't know what it is up there for you, but
yeah, pouring rain all day. All day. Flash flood warnings, the works. So happy.
This is like the perfect Christmas. Yeah, it's the perfect Christmas Eve to celebrate Festivus. I mean,
I know.
Or as we like to call it, Estivus.
We
are not live on tape. We're live, Alan. Thank you.
No, this is for real. I swear, Alan. Right. So you know what? I shouldn't be like red, which is a little more fiery and cheerful color. I'm going blue, man. This is more appropriate. There we go.
Yeah, you got. Is that the Nova?
Yes, it is. It's fully set up.
Is that the Nova light?
Yes, it is. It's the Nova light.
Yeah, it looks great. It really looks great.
Well, you'll see when you get set up what it can do, man. It is just amazing. Oh yeah, Thomas. That is such a bad attempt.
Yes, Thomas.
Hanukkah.
That spelling. I think I even knew that wasn't. Yeah. Right.
Hey, so hey, listen, Thomas.
It's the thought that counts.
No, actually, I just got to tell Thomas, that is both a wonderful thank you very much, and an insult to all Jews. I just want you to know that. Spelling it like that. So happy Hanukkah. Yes, yeah.
There's a question for you.
Yeah, it is that light. It's the an aperture. I hope you're hearing me. It's the Aperture Nova P300C. It's a multi-purpose RGB WW light. It is fantastic. We will be talking about. Well, we'll be telling you more about next year, right? And what we're going to be doing. There's a lot of new stuff coming down the pike.
It looks like you like the red a little better. But,
It is the
maybe it's a
holiday.
little more festive.
There you go. I'm red again.
Yeah, that looks. I mean, that looks great. I have to admit, I can't wait to get mine going.
It's
there it is.
Yeah, Donnie's got it right. That's exactly the way. Given that we're living in a world of we better not say one specific holiday or another. Merry Happy works better than anything else, really. Merry Happy Jolly.
I just want you guys to know that I usually would be watching the Doctor Who special on BBC right now. It's like a week-long Doctor Who marathon, and I am taking a break from it just to be here with you guys. So I just thought
that's Brent. That's a sacrifice. That's a sacrifice.
Now they want you to play Santa. I don't know, man. That might be a little too
again.
far.
Remember Jewish? Remember Jewish Santa? Not Jewish. I'm not going to hold up a menorah either, though.
Alan making sure the spelling is.
Alan's got it. Alan's got it down. Yeah, yes, Alan. That's Well, of course you know. Obviously you know how to spell it. That's the Yiddish transliteration.
So before we bring on our guest, did you want to do anything? A little update on BYOB where we stand? Right now?
Yeah. Actually, I do. It's really pretty cool. So there's a few things about BYOB that's been amazing. One of the more amazing things is a number of the bands who came together for BYOB are now permanent bands, right? And in fact, you know what? Maybe we should try. Can we? You think? I don't know if we can pull it off because we didn't prepare for it. But play that Christmas song that we played yesterday from Elements.Cloud, Jane Blonde and the Goldfinger. I mean the Gold.
I'm not set up to do it because I've got a couple other clips lined up.
Yeah, maybe I probably shouldn't. I may try it at some point. I'll interrupt us. You know, it's Estivus, so you can interrupt things. Oops, Brent, you disappeared. Well, anyway, BYOB is just been remarkable. I mean, we have thousands of votes in now. I mean, thousands of votes in. We have you disappeared for a couple of seconds.
Yeah, it's like I got knocked out.
Well, rain.
And I can't get rid of this comment. There it is.
It's Estivus, man. This is just right. It's true to form. This is the way Estivus goes when you're celebrating. So all I was finally saying was BYOB has thousands of public votes. The private votes were extensive, and not only that, a lot of the people who were doing the private, the judges panel votes actually came through with tons of commentary, which probably after this is all over, we'll take some of them and either publish them publicly or else we'll just call the bands and talk to the bands and read them some of the stuff that was said about them. And so it's been remarkable. Hey, Katrina, congrats. Hey, Katrina was named one of the top social media influencers last week by and unfortunately I don't remember the person's name, but it's an important list in the general social media world. So congrats to you. So anyway, BYOB's promise is amazing. The other thing that I would just want to let people know is that we even have been contacted by a significantly large company's band to see if they could participate in BYOB next year. They're not entirely in our universe, but at the same time, they're welcome to participate, obviously. So we're in pretty close touch now, and we're coordinating a couple things for potentially next year.
Oh, and she said it was Forbes.
Forbes, that's right. The guy was a writer for Forbes. I was trying to remember his name. Thank you. Well, you have to have a band, though.
Right.
To heal. Can't just be you. So get one other person. Sumaran. Hey. So remarkable. So the voting's still open for everybody till December 31st, 11:59 p.m. And the winners will be announced on our first show of the new year on January 7th. We'll be announcing the top 3 in each category. And we'll have hopefully some surprises, but we'll see. Anyway, that's it. The update.
All right. I was just looking out the window here. It's looking pretty nasty right now, but anyway, and I think we're halfway through, or maybe did I put up a band behind the music today? Maybe I have. Maybe I'll put it up later today. We've been putting up little parts of the interviews that took place last week. that must be something. There you go. So yeah, we're about halfway through putting up the band interviews. We've been kind of getting there one a day. Lots of cool, fun things that went on those interviews. So be on the lookout for that.
Oh, and mycustomer.com just did a post. There'll be another one coming on the competition, and they posted the voting links, and they posted at least one video from each of the bands. So Chris Ward did it. Chris was also one of the on the judges panel, and highly recommend you go to mycustomer.com and read the article, look at the post, and then they even from there link up to vote.
All right. So I think we got all the preliminaries out of the way.
Yeah.
Well, there's one more preliminary.
Right.
If I can only say preliminary, we have one more thing that we have to do before we bring on our next guest. So why don't we go ahead and let me take it from here for a second. Move you, go to this guy, make sure the sound is on, and let's do this. All right. So let me bring us all back here. Oops. Let me bring myself back. And now that we got that out of the way, we are privileged and happy and legally safe to bring you the one and only Digital Pestilence. Well, that's what we know him as. Some of them know him as Esteban Kolsky, but we are also calling him Esteban Estivus Kolsky.
There he is, the founder. Oh, a menorah.
Happy Hanukkah, my friends.
You had a menorah.
I had to go dig it up. I put it away ready for the year, so I have to let you know. just so you know that I'm not all bad. You know,
You're Estivus for the none of us.
Hello. I have to say I prefer the video song that you had for a disclaimer before, but this is more legal. I understand now.
That was the same one. That is literally the same one, man.
You used to have this song that you played, like, you know, it was like nice, engaging. Now it's just like, you know, this guy sucks and don't listen to him if you don't want to, you know?
No, that's not what that said.
No,
This guy said you're going to hear what Esteban says. And by the way, we actually take no claim to. We completely. That's him. Only him. That's
I can only be held responsible for my own comments.
So I have a really important question for you, which is, how did Estivus come about?
It's a good question, which, you know, by the way, translated from Annalie Speak means I have that answer. Otherwise, it would not be a good question. I was actually talking to Sandy, and we decided that, you know, we miss you guys, and we end of year get together for a bunch of us. And when we're going back and forth on the emails, Liz Miller said it's not a end of year, it's an Estivus. Actually, it started as an Estebration, and then Estebration led to Estivus, which I think it was either Liz or Nicole that said Estivus. So
no, it wasn't them. Let's get it right.
Oh,
it was me. I mean, come on. How could you not remember that?
You know what? You want to know the things I remember these days? When I'm sober, very little.
Estebration was Liz.
Yeah, that is no, but Estevez was all
Estivus
me.
was Brad.
Yeah, that was all.
And I remember because I literally followed up his comment by saying Estivus for the none of us.
Now, I feel a need to, you know, kind of, since we're celebrating Estivus. Since we're celebrating Estivus, I do think we need to know the origins of it. You know, like the original origins of it. So I have a little clip that I'm going to play that will get us ready for.
There you go.
Get us flagged by YouTube.
Yeah, well,
too late.
If though. we do. Yeah, here we go. Oops. If I can do this right.
Yep.
Dear son, happy Festivus? What is Festivus?
It's nothing. It's nothing.
When George was growing
Jerry,
up,
no.
his father hated all the commercial and religious aspects of Christmas, so he made up his own holiday. Happy Festivus.
It's Festivus.
When George was growing up, his father...
It's nothing. It's a stupid holiday my father invented. It doesn't exist.
Happy Festivus, Georgie.
A new holiday was born. A Festivus for the rest of us.
And at the Festivus dinner, you gather your family around and tell them
All the ways they have disappointed you over the past year.
And is there a tree? No, instead there's a pole. Requires no decoration. I find tinsel distracting.
Is that the pole?
George, Festivus is your heritage. It's part of who you are.
That's why I hate it.
Read that book.
I can't read it. I need my glasses. You don't need glasses. You're just weak. You're weak.
Leave him alone!
All right, there it is. Let's bring everybody back in here. And
Dude, that's any one of my holidays growing up. Big one.
Now, with all that said, we did, and Esteban pointed this out to me a little earlier. We do have a little bit of, kind of a controversy, and I'll show you what I'm talking about here, because one of the main creators of Estivus, he had a kind of a wish for this particular day and what we're going through. So I mean, Jerry Seinfeld. I mean, he's the man, So he says maybe just this once, just for this Festivus 2020, we take a pass on the airing of the grievances. I have to tell you, that's my first grievance. That's my first grievance. We're not taking a pass on the airing of the grievance for Festivus because what would Festivus be without the airing of the grievances? Really, Jerry? Jerry, do I have to spell this out to you?
Think of it this way.
I used to like the guy. No.
You gotta think of it this way. Jerry Seinfeld's time is over, obviously. Time for Estivus to take over from Festivus.
So we're not really celebrating Festivus, then. We're not celebrating Festivus, Jerry. So we are in compliance with you, but we are celebrating.
We should make a T-shirt with the poll, the Festivus poll. So I was 2020, first ever.
In our world, though, we'll spell poll P-O-L-L, which is another grievance, right?
Wow, yeah.
And it'll be called feedback, and then somebody will say we're interacting.
Wait. Do you know where we're starting with the grievances?
I just did.
Well, since we're celebrating Estivus, are there any kind of tweaks or any changes or additions that you would like to make to this, since it is kind of named after you?
I think it was perfect. I mean, when we did the dry run, the trial last week, and it worked pretty well once we got into the spirit of it. I mean, I would say the biggest part is like no grievance is too little. Just bring them all out. Feel free to use the comment boxes on the LinkedIn network, Facebook, whatever you are, and air your grievances. We'll play the best ones, I guess, right? And then we can get started on our own. I'm sure that we have a couple we can both. I
have none.
I know Alan. I think Alan sent me something, but Alan, if you are, I see you're in the comments section. If you want to actually join us and give us your grievance in live real time, let us know, and I will shoot you an invite, and we'll bring you on, and then we will judge how good your grievance is.
Before he does, though, he has to spell the word hearing. Take a look. Pull up his quote. Pull up his quote.
Oh, herring.
Yeah, he spelled that wrong too. Herring of grievances.
Wow, Alan, you might want to rethink if you do want to join us at this point, because your grievance got grievanced already.
Oh. So
Ginsburg.
So I think if we're gonna do this, we gotta start with the one that is in everybody's mind as being the first grievance of the year. We're all in this together. Every single freaking email from every single company that I ever sent my email to once in my life. I mean, companies that haven't dealt with in 20 years. We're in this together, right?
And let me build on your grievance. And then the rest of the email says, and that's why you should buy our products.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, wow. Oh, nice try to save, but
I expected more from you. That's all.
You'll have to join us to make up for this one. This can't be done.
I expected a lot better than that. But yeah, so my list of grievances, which is short, it's just 600-700, starts with we're all in this together. Please buy our product. So
right, that's it. That's why you should buy our product.
Knowing that companies that I haven't known for 10 plus years but have my email, send me emails to tell me what they're doing, really revigorates my belief.
I maybe this is just being me, but when I get like Merry Christmas greetings from people that I've never spoken with before, it just feels weird. Is that a grievance or is that just an observation? I don't know. But when some dude sends me like a 5-paragraph long, happy Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and I have never talked to this person ever, I kind of take umbrage with that.
Oh, I have a variation on that one that was very recent. So I had a lot of birthday greetings on LinkedIn, and several of them said, "Oh, happy birthday, Paul! And can you help us and do this? And do you buy us web design services?" And yeah, and I literally sent them back a note, basically saying, "You're really crass people, aren't you?" Right? Right. I said, "My God, man, you hit me up for business on my birthday," and I said, "You're kind of a dork," right? So I would write I literally wrote back to all about 6 of them who did that. I could not believe that one, man.
6 people
Happy
did
birthday.
that.
We have 60. Well, one person asked. One was there was 3 for web services, and then I can't remember 2, and then the 6th one was this person who wanted me to like a page of theirs. I never heard of this person. I have no idea who he was. Somehow he hadn't even connected with me. It was like you know how they can send a message when they want to connect. It was that. So I basically just declined the connection and said, "You got to be kidding me, man."
But you know what, Brent? You should be happy that they say Merry Christmas, because everybody here today says Happy Holidays. We don't celebrate Christmas anymore. Yeah, if you want to talk about agreement.
I'm okay. There's a lot of holidays going on at the same time. I'm cool.
I had never heard of Hanukkah before I came to the States in December. 10 years after I came to the States in December, they're like, "Hey, Happy Hanukkah." And I'm like, "What's Hanukkah?" And they're like, "What's Christmas?" What do you mean by Christmas? We don't celebrate Christmas for the obvious reasons. So how can Hanukkah be like our Christmas?
Wait a minute. So is Hanukkah like a U.S. thing?
No, Hanukkah is kind of like it's kind of Thursday or Spring Festival.
Spring Festival.
Well, summer. Same thing. I mean, it's a different connotation, but it's a festival. It was never celebrated for the purpose of marking end of the year or whatever. It's a festival of lights, basically. It's like it's like Diwali for the Indians. And I'm gonna get a lot of hate mail for this because I probably didn't say it right. But
well, we ran the disclaimer, so that's okay.
I still. Even then, I cannot catch up to your joke on Mahal. So, okay.
Oh
no!
Why did you bring that up, man? Because
you said you got it.
You just said put it out there.
I know you put it out there. I forgot about it.
I think this calls for a recap. Okay.
All right.
So here's a bit of a recap.
Right.
Guess who is in the green room? The one and only
Alan Bergson.
Alan Bergson. But before we do that, I do feel a little bit of a burden. I'm just going to play this, and then we'll talk a little bit more about it.
Can you put Nitin's
comment? I realize this might have been the.
We'll talk about it on the other side. Let me do this. Let me do.
Oh no.
I have a really. Could you say your first name again? Just pronounce it one more time.
Michal.
Were you ever in the Navy?
No.
That's,
in Israel, everybody needs to serve in the military service. But why? Which Michal do you know in the Navy?
That is like a terrible joke from a TV show in the 60s. I mean, you literally have to be over 50 to even understand the joke, and then even then, you're probably not likely to get it.
I was just curious because if you were in the Navy,
God, that was
it could have been Mikhail's
Mikhail. No, there was a show called Mikhail's Navy a long time ago, starring Ernest Borgnine. Right, so believe me, that was a stretch of a joke like no other one I've heard. I know. Wow.
Somebody stop me before I do something.
Yeah, I think we may have to on that one. That was astonishingly bad.
Okay. That was kind of let me bring everybody back in here.
All
right. Now
even as a grievance, that gets a strike.
I'm just glad I had a different hat on because I'm actually wearing the same thing. Here. Anyway, after further reflection, after that's been like a month and a half ago, you know what? I really shouldn't have told that joke. Because it wasn't funny. That's why her blank stare at me when I said I was like, I'm going down, man.
Your problem was your marketing didn't have the background to actually get into the joke. So that's what
well, yeah, the blank stare on her face.
You would have been fine.
I just thought everybody had heard of Ernest Borgnine before. I guess I was totally wrong, you know.
Why in God's name do you think an Israeli citizen would have heard of it? Well, maybe.
Well, is Borgnine like this, you know, any quarter Jewish or no?
Probably not.
Let me bring on
Borgnine was a quarter actor.
The Israeli Navy
quarter actor.
Alan, I mean, was it that far off base? Really? Was it just that bad?
You're talking to 3 Jews. I want you to understand.
You're gonna have to say 10 Moseses and one Hail Jacob or something. I don't know.
One Hail Mary pass.
Could I just say a hell no, or does that count? No, I guess not. I knew I was in bad. I knew I was in bad shape when I looked. I'm still midway into this, and I'm getting a text from Esteban of all people telling me how disappointed he was. I was like, wow.
No, stop. It's like watching it was like watching a train wreck. It's like in slow motion. It's like, no, don't do that. No, you're not going there. Right?
And Paul tried to stop me. I mean,
I was like cutting in a million times. That's like, and I don't know if you caught it, but my look of horror was growing.
But it was like when you're in the joke, you think you can still say, you think if I just can get it out all the way, it'll be worth it.
Yeah, that's a sign of addiction.
The two parts that, not that we want to kill it to death, but saying Israeli Navy is like saying Bolivian Navy. Bolivia is a landlocked country. They had like 3 boats in some lake, and that's the whole Navy.
They had Butch Cassidy and Sundance. That's
what So
so focused on the McHale part. I know. The rationality. Anyway, all right.
See, but I know what it's like to have a joke fail because, you know, you guys are literate. You know what a homophone is, or 2 words that sound alike that are spelled differently. Airing of grievances. You know, they always say, you know, you have grievances of things that you give to your kids. Insanity is his hereditary. You get it from your kids. Come on.
Wow. You're still trying to save that one, huh? You're
doing
like me now.
Hey, I'm stuck in the green room.
You're doing
really bad.
You were really doing just like I was doing in that clip. Alan is actually portraying what I was doing. I really thank you, Alan, for taking the heat off of me from now. This is good. Continue on.
Whoa. No. That was a great one-liner. Insanity is hereditary. You get it from your kids. It's perfect. Come on.
No, it's too late, man. It's too late.
Yeah.
I tried, dude.
Thanks, Esteban.
He did try. All right. Yeah. So do you have any other grievances you want to hair with us right now?
I will. The only thing I'll say is I watched the clip that you showed, but there's the whole episode, and Jerry Stiller is. I still laugh out loud at that entire scene. There was never, there's no one like him. I don't know how you can't teach that. He just was brilliantly funny.
Yeah,
brilliantly funny.
The other one that he did was the Mambra.
The Mambra.
I like the bro. Yeah. The man's ear. It was the man's ear versus the bro.
Nobody else could have delivered that with a straight face and of the concept.
And he was always yelling.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Well, that's why I like every one of my hobbies growing up. Like, that
was a perfect show. That whole show, that was a perfect sitcom. Nothing wrong with that at all.
Actually, the final episode was a little.
Well,
that was the worst final episode.
No, that was perfect because it was a show about nothing, and in the end, they're just these self-absorbed people who all they're talking about is they're in jail, but they're still talking about all their.
It was a terrible episode, nonetheless.
They did a better job with it on
philosophically, sure, but even Friends ended better than that.
Sopranos ended better than that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Trump's presidency might end better. Wait a minute.
Wait. Now we're really airing grievances, Brent.
Wow.
I'm just changing colors.
He just went into a purple mood out of that one. Look at that. See, now he's got me itching to put mine up. I can't do it yet. I got to change my.
To answer Nathan's call there, which of the boxes is different? It's me. I haven't set up my studio. Mine still remains my whiteboard with the whole plan for takeover the world in 2021. So
now on your whiteboard, do you have your name on it, just like John Reed?
It's very little though. I had to do that.
Yeah, he doesn't think of much of himself as John. No, never mind.
I like John. I won't say anything.
Hey, so I see we like Letty's there, and Chuck is there, and Nitin is there. If any of you guys have a grievance that you would like to air with us, let us know, and we will get you the link, and we will bring you on. So put out a comment, because I don't know if I just put a comment out on LinkedIn or wherever you are. Say, hey, I want to air a grievance on live. So
we got room up to 10. So
yeah,
be ready, folks.
But you need to have a studio set up.
But we get to judge how good the grievance is. We will provide feedback on the grievance. That's the game.
And then we'll put it to a popular vote.
I have a grievance, actually. I just realized, Brent, I have one more grievance. And this is really
I think I know.
Sadder.
I think I know where this is
more
going.
Tragic.
I'm not going to like this.
No, you're not. You are not going to like this. Would you like to give my grievance?
Yeah. It's like a mutual grievance, because I think we were both upset at the end result of a game last week.
That's right.
Which there should have been no way this happened for a variety of reasons. I'm starting to get a little worked up. I better take a pill.
Gangrene screen.
Yeah. So a team who had not won a game this whole year travels across the country to play against a team that was in the lead of their division. A team that had basically a 17-point favorite or something like that. So there should have been no way that not only should they have lost that game, it shouldn't even been close.
Should not have been close.
And of course, they lost it outright, and it really wasn't that close to me. Now I'm mad. Oh, okay, Nitin. Yeah, there you go.
Oh. But look, but at least you can still have a chance of making the playoffs. The Jets just lost out on the Trevor Lawrence sweepstakes.
You guys, Jacksonville might do something dumb and win a game. Who knows? We don't deserve to go to the playoffs if we cannot beat a winless team at home. All right. Thank you for airing that grievance, Alan. You really put me in the festive mood there. Thank you.
I feel good about that.
Are we done with sports? Oh, are we done with sports?
We're done with sports. I got plenty of bad teams to grieve about. Don't we? I can keep the list going.
Oh, there's more teams? Sorry, I didn't know. I thought there were only two.
Oh, yeah.
Here's one. Throw it out there a little bit. Is there a company that you have a grievance with and you can't be your own company? I just
we got enough of that. That thing that started off Estivus had a bunch of that.
Uh-oh, Target. Uh-oh.
No, Target. Yeah.
So here's a question.
That's one of my grievances, calling it Target.
For Target. What's the point of putting I think here upon whether it's the worst 11-3 team in history. They're the worst darts team I've ever seen. Here's a question about Target. What's the point of putting a sign outside saying you must wear a mask to get in? If the second that you get in, you take it off and it's okay. And half the people at Target are walking around without mask.
Yeah.
Anybody? No? So we are in grievances. People that don't wear a mask, I do not fully understand the concept. I'm not going political. There's stupid people everywhere. So, but just.
They're giving up their basic freedoms by not wearing a mask. I don't know what that is, but that's what apparently they're doing.
Yeah, like a guy once told me when I told him to put a mask, he's like, "You're forcing me to have a medical procedure." And I'm still scratching my head about that one. And I'm like, what medical procedure? You're forcing me to breathe carbon dioxide. I said, how's that a medical procedure? But yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
Wear a mask, wash your hands, stand apart, stay home. Pick one or four.
No company. What about? Didn't you order something lately that you had a problem getting it or something like that?
That's routine for everybody, man. It's like everyone ordered something lately that they had a problem getting. I'm still waiting for something from the UK. It's been 9 months. No, not 9 months. 4 months now.
Wow. Can I? Do I go against the grain if I actually give a shout out to a company that did a great job of getting me something that I totally did not expect to get and got it like a day early? Lowe's.
Well, you could say your grievances with everyone who can't do it like that.
Wow,
I have a grievance
Alan,
with every.
Why you're on the show, man?
I have a grievance with every company except Lowe's because they delivered this big table to me. This sucker is huge and heavy, and I ordered it on Tuesday, and I got it this morning from Lowe's.
Wow.
Okay, sorry. What day is today?
Thursday.
Oh, yeah, that's impressive.
That is impressive.
Yeah.
I thought it was another blur day, but no.
No. All right. Here's one. Here's a term. I got another term. If this one doesn't bring up grievances, there's knitting.
Knitting. You're right on it, man. I'm right there with you. So, okay, here I'll do my. But this is one I've aired like about 20 million times already. So, aside from hating the term and actually liking the term that Esteban called it years ago, which was business transformation, which makes much more sense. I hate the way people are talking about it now, which we're on the sprint to the finish line for digital transformation. And the answer is, no, we're not. Actually, we're not even close to the finish line yet. We're on the sprint to the starting line. And that means people are just starting to talk about the things that may actually ultimately lead to the business transformation that Mr. Kolsky identified a few years ago. And right now, the only thing we're doing is using more digital tools. That's it. And that's good. And again, it sparked conversation. So it's not all bad or anything like that. But it ain't a sprint to the finish line. And if you think you're at the end of at the finish line with digital transformation, then I'm looking forward to seeing you unemployed in a couple of years. Right?
I have a formula for digital transformation, Paul. If you take some social CRM and sprinkle some big data on top of it, you get digital transformation.
That's delicious.
You forgot that it needs to be omnichannel.
Oh.
What about the CDP? You want to throw that in there too?
These two guys can't.
Wait a minute.
I can't talk about that.
That is so funny.
I think that was in my disclosure when I signed up for this.
Do we need a disclaimer for you too? Is that what?
Yes, you do. You do.
You had one that extended for everyone. So
I believe there's a press release within the last 3 months that says CDP, so I'm not allowed to say anything about that.
I literally think every vendor has.
Sorry, I also have a press release that says. In fact, I have a product name that says Omnichannel, so I can't talk about that one either.
Oh,
come on, man! Say Omnichannel digital transformation.
Say a quick hi to Dina there.
Hi, Dina.
Hey, Dina.
There we go.
Best, one of the best ever.
Oh, look at Chuck. Chuck's got hey, Chuck. Hey, Chuck. Do you want to join us, Chuck? Let us know if you want to join us. We'll bring you in here because that's a good one.
I think you need to get the Kentucky Fried Chicken one. Isn't there a KFC concept?
I'm leaving that one alone.
Wait, you didn't see that? You didn't see that, Brett?
Are you guys baiting me? Seriously, CPQ, CDP.
I like Ed's this the ABC.
I'll go with that. That's just the name of a liquor store in Virginia. So
that was it was that, but it was also a great song by the Jackson 5. So there's no grievance on there. Oh, look at Chuck. Chuck says he's on his Peloton. He can't join us.
Oh, excuse me.
Oh, Chuck.
Excuse me, you're so healthy, Chuck.
let's why don't we throw customer journeys in there also, and let's not
Oh boy.
So look, I'm happy to go after CDP. I'm always out because that's the single most overhyped concept in the last.
I'll tell you, I mean, seriously, I'll say about CDP what I always said. It's just an overpriced technology that doesn't yield any value or what has been there before. It's just another way to do a operational data store on the web, on the cloud. So we call it ODS.
You know what I say? I call it an active. I call it literally an active system of record. That's all it is. Meaning you're actually doing things with it in real or close to real time. Beyond that, it's just an evolution of what a system of record was. That's all.
I'm going to deflect from CDP and talk about orchestrating customer journeys.
All right, but all right. We need to get Chuck and Dina like a side room to talk about their Peloton instructors. Apparently,
oh, bring them on. Let them talk about it. It's okay with me.
No, Chuck is too busy right now. He's on the right.
Well, Dina, you want to come on? Dina, you can come
Dina, on. Absolutely. Let us know. Just leave us a comment, and we'll bring you in.
Dina loves to be in the spotlight.
We need a voice of reason, and you know.
Well, ladies, another spotlight.
Look, there's always a chance we'll be looking for other players in residence, so this is time to audition.
Oh shit! Hold on.
No, not you.
No, you guys literally don't qualify. You two don't qualify.
Hey, Dina. Apparently, Chuck's instructor is Jess Seema. Just glad that we're able to help you guys out with that. Anyway.
There we go. Okay, Ed. There you go. Perfect.
No, we don't. We do not do that.
Phrase of the year.
I think that's the final grievance of like 2025.
Goes with her picture. The picture in her completely. Oh my God! An agile scrum master. There you go. For all I know, that's a rugby term.
I couldn't do from the mobile studio today because I had to come back early to cook for tonight.
He ran out of gas.
What do you got? A Winnebago or something?
The fuck what? Winnebago? Seriously.
Oh, wait.
Look. All right, somebody. All right, so we'll shoot you an email. Hey, Paul, can you do that? Can you shoot that link? Okay, do that.
Yes, I will. Okay,
and we'll bring her on. Finally, somebody who's got some sense is going to join us. Although joining us kind of puts that like an oxymoronic twist on that. Why would you join us if you have good sense? But she has good sense.
Wow, that's deep.
Oh, look who else is here. Nicole. Nicole is in.
Hey, Lynn. Oh, shit, sorry.
Wait, Nicole. What about us? You catching Alan and Esteban. What about us? What do we, chop liver?
You guys are part of the family.
Wait a minute. Did you hear what I said, Paul?
I heard you.
What do we chop liver?
You know what?
Have you ever had chopped liver, Brent?
Hell no, I haven't. And don't look forward to ever having it, actually. You know,
Dina, go to LinkedIn.
That's
where I'm going to have to do it.
Yeah.
What about her email? Can you email her?
I have a Berkshire 34 QS.
Oh, you
with a grinder in tow. A Winnebago.
Not a Winnebago.
No, it's not a Winnebago.
You know, let's see. We're getting a lot of Scrum stuff.
Well, here's a piece of trivia. When Jerry Stiller was talking about Festivus, Kramer was working at a bagel store.
H&H.
H&H Bagel. Yeah.
Wow. Really?
Yeah.
I didn't get. I forgot that detail.
Well, that's because you're not Jewish. Bagels are part of.
Well, apparently Ed thinks it's really good though. So Ed
or a New Yorker.
Ed is on board. I'm neither. You know. Oh look. Oh wow.
It's true. A Jewish grandmother does need to make it. I think there's an age requirement in order to make chopped liver.
Chopped liver, stuffed chicken necks. All those things that my grandma used to make. I could never make it in a way.
By the way, Donnie, you missed the beginning where we actually did a replay of having your CEO on for when I told that hideous, terrible joke. But you know,
no, he didn't miss it. He's trying to stay away from that one.
So disrupt. Oh, there's a term for you. Disruption. Oh, I see your head's going down in size.
Okay, so let's define disruption and innovation, right? If you're going to have that the conversation, because matzo ball soup.
Matzo ball soup. That there's not an age requirement for matzo ball soup.
No, anybody can make that.
My wife makes a killer matzo ball soup.
Okay, folks,
not a grandmother.
Look who's joining us from the great Northwest.
How are you?
Good.
Good. We're doing better now that you're here. You know,
I'm camera ready. Not camera ready, but that's okay.
So who is your who is your Peloton instructor, so that we can just get that out of the open there?
I'd say I'm not completely loyal to just one, but I definitely let's see. There's Cody. There's Kendall. Kendall's really good. Emma. There's a bunch. I've taken Jess's class. She's a little crazy. I feel like she's going to jump out of the screen and come and like grab me. But
wow.
So I take Selena's classes, but it's for running on my treadmill.
Okay. Very nice.
And those of us who don't have a Peloton,
I don't have a Peloton. I just take the class.
Oh. Well, how do you do that then? Do you like look through your window?
No, there's an app. There's an app.
But can I ask Dina a question, like kind of a serious question?
No.
Have you ever heard of McHale's Navy? I mean, have you?
Wow, he's gonna keep going.
Somebody's gonna know. I mean,
yeah, me. I'm it, Brent. Get used to it. I'm literally the only other person who's ever heard of McHale's Navy.
Apparently, Chuck agrees with you, Dina, about Kendall being awesome there.
Yeah, she's a tough cookie.
Tell Chuck to get off his device and get on the show.
I know. Yeah, Danny, that clip is going into the not the dungeon. What do we call it? Where you put all your good stuff in a vault. It's going in the vault, Danny. Honey. It's going in the vault.
No, I'm going to geek out. You got to send it to DevNull.
DevNull.
Nobody knows DevNull. Nobody's ever been
DevNull. NULL. Sorry.
Yeah. DevNull.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is where you
where
you send stuff in Unix where you want it when you want to have it.
Oh, Unix, not.
No, Unix.
You're doing it again. Holy cow!
Oh, here's my grievance.
Oh my God, you did it again.
That's it. It's my grievance.
It's Tim Conway, Ed. Tim Conway.
Motherboard because Dad's a Unix. Yeah.
Ed knows. There it is.
So
Tim Conway.
Really hard to get your food out of your mouth. Please stop.
I just thought it was such a clever thing, but I guess I was totally wrong on that. So there it is.
So hey, Dina, do you have any grievances?
Yes, Nicole, we figured out that was.
We worked that out.
Yeah. I'm dealing with one right now. I purchased a computer, and from a company that I know.
How well do you know them?
I've known them for a long time, and I went to go add the warranty to the device and said, do this within 45 days. I purchased it a week ago, and you can't do it online apparently for some reason, even though I had the notification. So I went to the chat, kept going round and round with the chat around. Is it personal? Is it business? You need to call us. And then it kept, is this personal? Or I was like, okay, for one, your chat is messed up. For two, I can't actually purchase this from an online experience. So I called in today to support to ask about adding this. And we gave them the serial number, through all of that. Well, it looks like we need to escalate you to the more blank extended support team. So I got escalated to that individual who had to start all over again. Well, it looks like your device was purchased in August. And I'm like, no, I just got it. I purchased it on the 16th of December. Just showed up. I just, got it set up yesterday. So I'm within the 45 days. And so I had to upload, proof that I had a receipt, that I received the notification to add the warranty. So I'm still dealing with that. So they're going to call me in maybe 72 hours. Yes.
Holy God. You'll be out of warranty by the time they call you.
I know. I was like, I'm so glad I started this, within a week and a half.
I know.
If I knew anybody at that
60
company,
days you'll get it resolved.
I was thinking, did I get a hot device? Is that what happened here?
Yeah, right.
Did they ship me a hot device back from August?
Yeah. Dina, the thing that drives me nuts is when you know how easy it is to do better customer service, that gap between what they give and what they can do. And it's not that hard to bridge it, and yet.
It really isn't. It really isn't. And I'm being so patient.
This is the thing that actually is the best part of this. It's like Dina and Alan talking how to do better customer service. I'm just not really there.
And you're there listening.
Yep.
I give up on customer service 20 years ago when I started at Gartner, dude. Once you get behind and see how the sausage is made, you're like, I'm gonna be a vegetarian.
Wow. I thought, Brent, you were going to go in. Alan said Bridget. I thought you were going to figure out a Bridget.
I was thinking about.
I was waiting for it.
Bridget Bardot or
something. I knew something. Boy, that's
all right,
one.
Nicole. Don't get too. That's a lot of exclamation points, man. That's really. She's getting a little steam.
Fun, Nicole. Seriously.
But
yeah, you want to join us? Let us know if you want to join us, and then do the grievance thing.
She's probably sick of us.
Yeah, she definitely is sick of us. I'm
that's it.
Brent, I just have to
say,
that's
even better. Estivus for the sick of us.
As another disclaimer, I have to remove the comma, and I say, don't blame the tools people.
Oh, there it is. First there was air and hair, and now there's,
Well, I actually was reading Nicole's message as like, if I hadn't gotten through to someone that was competent and empathetic, like I would have been irate.
Wait a minute. Now, empathetic. Now you're going way.
All right, I went too deep.
You started to lose the spirit of the
Let me amend Nicole's message. There's no way you're going to get somebody who's competent and empathetic in customer service. So if it's not the tools, we're done.
Oh boy!
After 20 years, I can tell you that I don't think there's anybody who's competent in customer service. But that's why they have a disclaimer at the beginning of the show.
I don't know. I've met some good customer service people.
Here we go with Lowe's again.
Yeah, I know who it was. Mikhail. He was a good customer service guy.
Now you're keeping it alive. Wow, we've been doing this show way too long. You're starting to take over from my terrible jokes. I mean, that's
one keep the fire stoked.
Brent, now you know what it feels to be me and have your words come back to you constantly.
Oh, wow.
There'll be years from now, we'll be like, weren't you the guy who did that Mihal's Navy joke on Playaz?
Never gonna go away.
That's okay. I can take it. There's been a lot of good to come with the little bit of bad. So
certainly spark conversation. That's for sure.
Now, wait, Brent, you could pronounce that CH in her name though, right?
Michal.
Michal.
Oh, Michal.
See, I'm still stuck on Mikhail. All right, Mikhail.
Just
too much hawking.
Like you need that cover on the mic when you say
that. You had a word you just used hawking.
I got that from Eddie Murphy. It was an old Eddie Murphy joke where
when he was acting like a Jewish guy.
Yeah,
no, it's like Coming to America when he's in the
Dina, aren't you so glad that you joined us?
I know.
So I have to say, the only thing we're missing here, Mr. Grimber hasn't aired any grievance.
I did.
No, a real one.
I have no real grievances. Why would I have any? Once you hit 71, you don't worry about things like anything really whatsoever.
He's got nothing to worry about. He's sitting in that
literally nothing to worry about at that point.
He's sitting in that brand new studio with the cool lights. Yeah,
let it all roll.
He'll never come out of that room.
Grievance. I aired 2 or 3 grievances. You just paid no attention, which is what.
There was
another grievance.
One of my grievances was you didn't even hear the grievances I aired.
He's not paying attention to the grievances.
We got to get you guys to couple therapy. Brent, his grievances, you just never listen.
I wasn't talking about Brent. I was talking about you and Esteban.
Yeah, I know. So here's a serious question.
Tina wasn't on yet, so she gets.
Yeah, thanks. Cut me some slack.
Right.
No, but here's a serious question, Paul. Between my age and your age, at what point do you stop giving so many concern to things and you go like, nothing matters anymore?
Oh, that happened when I was 24, actually. But I became an anarchist and nihilist, so it was very easy not to care about anything.
Wait a minute. There's a religion for folks who kneel a lot? I didn't know that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I knew another one.
October 26th.
I'm waiting for this. I'm waiting to do this on the 5th one you do.
It's a good thing that I have the mute buttons and you don't.
You're at 4.
What happened to wait a minute? What happened to Chuck? Did he fall off the Peloton?
Yeah, he did.
His Peloton. He had a heart attack.
Oh,
dude. Sorry. Okay, fine. But the thing is that
shoot you a text later on, man.
Years ago, I told a friend of mine that October 26, 2002 was the day I gave my last fuck and I had none left. And to this day, he still tells me every time we meet the day that I gave him, which is the only reason I remember. But so in 18 years fuck free.
No, actually, that's a linear progression. That's what's so sad.
Wow.
So that's an intellectual joke.
So
that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Not to try to like put any kind of seriousness into this conversation.
Okay, good.
To do that.
Yeah.
But is anybody doing anything, different or well, everything's different now, but anything unique because of the pandemic for the holiday? Like something that you would have never thought of doing before, but you're going to do it because of this?
Yeah, I'm staying home.
I'm on a live stream on Christmas Eve.
Same thing, Ellen.
That was a good one.
Yeah, day off on a live stream. Glad we're not talking about business.
Yeah,
we can't cross over too much.
Yeah, way too much.
Well, we got 3 representatives from vendors, so we can't really, do any of that stuff. So, nor do we want to.
Business stuff? No, God, no. That was what that would be an awful way to end the year. I must say, talking about business.
Nitin is on fire. Now it's about platforms.
Yeah, does he want to come on for the last few minutes?
We offered it up to him, but I don't know.
No, and Nitin likes
a tad bashful.
Dina does.
I'm surprised. Nitin's usually not so bashful. He's good on the happy hours. There we go.
Pre-ordered Chinese for dinner to help support the local SMB. Oh, that's nice.
Chinese on Christmas. Chinese on he doesn't care.
Chinese on Christmas is Jewish tradition. Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. Is it good Chinese though? That's really
one thing that
and then the other question is why do we call it Chinese instead of Chinese food?
All right, so I have a grievance actually. I have another grievance, Brent.
Uh-oh.
And it's a surreal one actually. So it's kind of sad. Jewish tradition is on Christmas Day you go out to have a Chinese food dinner and go to the movies. I can't really do either of those things. I mean, I could bring in Chinese and watch a movie at home, but that's just not their tradition. So that's my grievance.
Okay, so
all right. So
here's
somebody shoot him a link.
Here's a cultural story for you. Growing up in Argentina, we never had Chinese food in Christmas because Argentina, until about 10 years ago, by constitution, was a Catholic country. So everybody had to be closed on Christmas Eve and Christmas. And therefore, we were the poor people that since we didn't celebrate, then we had nothing.
Well, that's
kind of a downer.
Wow.
The worst part is like, when it's Christmas in Argentina, it's like 90 degrees and 90% humidity. So.
Hey, Nitin, go to LinkedIn.
By the way, Ed, nobody called you bashful. That we were talking about Nitin. We know you're not bashful, believe me.
God, no. He's all over. He's all over the.
Is he dopey or Doc? I don't know.
Yeah.
No, wait for the table.
I know.
I might give Brent the 5th one just for that one, Alan.
What did I do? I didn't do anything.
No, you didn't do anything. His was equally bad. Oh my God. That was so bad. Wow.
I love Ed, so I know he can take it.
What, Nicole, you're complaining about nothing. Wow.
No, she's in a good mood for some reason.
Some education on cross-cultural celebration, and you guys go all nasty on me. Wow. And,
you can't take that.
Yeah, I know. First, Ben makes fun of my accent. Then you guys make fun of my cultural traditions.
Wait a minute. When did I make fun of your accent? Like 20 years ago?
Never.
I mean, what
earlier today?
When you were both children in Argentina.
Was that when you came down and started living in South Carolina and you said something that the good old boys couldn't understand? Or
So I lived in North Carolina for a year, but that's when I went to Mobile, and I was
Mobile, Alabama, huh? Mobile, Alabama.
Dude, whatever the fuck you want to call it, it's a okay. It doesn't matter what you call it. Seriously.
So I would take offense. No, not really.
You didn't read the date. See, I was in Target 5 days ago, 12/19.
There we go, back at Target. We started. This is where we started.
Wait, hold it closer. I couldn't see the credit card number. Can you do that again?
Where is it?
Is Nitin in the green room?
Not yet. I'm
Nitin, we're running out of time here, man.
He's putting on the side.
LinkedIn, Nitin, LinkedIn.
We got to get our last grievances in. That's how we roll here.
Well, hopefully he'll make it. If not, we'll just have to air it the first show.
Yeah, he'll come back in the new year. We'll give him a year to get that straight.
Yeah, so give it a year.
I'm going to be brave today. I'm going to go make some cannoli.
Cannoli?
Yeah.
That is really brave.
I should have started a few hours ago, but I figure I have nowhere to really be. So.
Dina, I recently learned that cannoli is plural. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I always saying cannolis is not proper.
Yeah.
Trying to
so what's singular
stuff.
There's nothing more Greek than cannoli. I appreciate that.
What's
I'm married to a Greek, but I'm Italian.
Oh.
Yeah. In German.
Wait. What's singular for cannoli?
Cannoli with an E at the end instead of an I.
It's a cannoli. Yeah.
There he is.
No.
Wow, he's starting with his title is the grievance right away.
Not you.
Not you. He's right there.
Well, he's right. I mean,
I'm sure that he heard this before, not you.
All right, Nitin, man, you might probably taking us to close pretty soon. So what's your grievances, man?
Uh-oh.
There you go.
Don't even go there.
Maybe
don't go there.
Way not even, at this point, the disclaimer needs to pop up.
It's overaching for the whole show.
Yeah, no, it is. It's for the entire show.
Yeah. So.
Man, these people are into the cannoli thing.
Oh, he's looking for something.
Hold on a second here. I'm trying to get to the.
Don't worry, we'll just keep running these cannoli comments because they don't
nobody got it right. So.
Hey, Esteban, it's Erev Christmas, so we got to get this thing moving.
Oh, come on. You're still trying, man. You are still trying.
God. He's catching up, man. Right? You better start moving.
I think he might be passing.
He's getting close. He's starting to...
Do you know what Erev means, Brent?
What?
It means Erev is the night before. It's before a holiday. You say Erev Hanukkah.
Sure.
Erev.
Okay. Erev Hanukkah.
So instead of saying New Year's Eve, it's Erev.
Okay. When did this turn into an educational conversation here? I mean, Alan is trying to teach us.
This guy Yiddish. You got a lot of Yiddish to talk here.
Yeah, I got plenty. Wait a minute.
I've got one expression. There's only one expression I know in Yiddish. Gay cocking off and yom.
Sent to you,
I won't translate it. You go figure it out. If I translate it, I'll be adding to the R rating.
Figure it out. Go figure it out.
Right.
Having lived
there's so many comments coming in right now. I can't keep up. It's like every time I go to push on one, another one shoots up and I click on that one.
All right.
Does having lived for several years in Forest Hills, Queens, and various other locations qualify me as being at least partially
Forest Hills? Yes, Forest Hills definitely qualifies.
It's not like that's like part of what you get for living in Forest Hills is automatic entry into the tribe.
Isn't that where
automatic disgust of any bagel that's not?
But only if you've eaten at Pastrami King on Queens Boulevard.
Well, as a vegetarian, I can't go to the pastrami place.
There you go.
Okay.
Ed, I'm not putting that comment up, by the way.
There is one other.
Have you seen that comment from Ed?
That's the actual translation of my term.
Oh, it is.
My phrase. That's the translation. You probably don't want to put it up.
I'm not putting that up.
That is literally what it means.
You have a disclaimer.
That's what it means.
I just don't like the sound of it. You know,
it's exactly what it means.
The visual of it is even worse. So.
Yeah, it is. So wait. So you lived in Forest Hills for how long?
For a few years. I lived in New York for a decade. In New York, I lived in Midtown Manhattan, Forest Hills, Queens, and then I got smart and actually moved over the river into Jersey City.
Where'd you live in Forest Hills?
The Cuban neighborhood there. Parker Towers.
Parker Towers, of course.
Okay, so here's the key to telling how much of your Jewish heritage remains. What do you think of blueberry bagels?
I think they're abomination.
All right.
Yeah.
You know what? You're 100% still with us.
So it's the equivalent of a California pizza. Like, what the? What? Come on.
Wait a minute. Am I the only one that likes blueberry bagels on here? Come on, Dana. Can't you help?
No, Brent. There's a difference. You could call it a blueberry baked good, and you can enjoy it.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah, I'm not going to the store. Can I order a blueberry baked good, please?
But it's not a bagel.
Savory muffin. That's what it is. Savory muffin.
A savory muffin with a hole in it.
That's right.
And here's the main difference between East Coast and West Coast. You go to a bagel place in New York and ask them to toast the bagel. They're right at the place with a butcher knife.
Oh my God!
Toast the bagel.
Toast in California, you won't get it.
So I should say, like, leave the gun, take the blueberry baked good. I mean,
savory muffin.
It's a savory blueberry muffin with a hole in it.
Blueberry muffin. Savory blueberry muffin.
Is there a piece of meat in there?
It's also parboiled, by the way. So
yeah, it is totally disgusting.
I'm sorry, dude. I will just make sure I will never eat another blueberry savory baked good in your presence.
You're welcome to eat it. Just don't offer it.
Yeah.
It's the equivalent of buying naan at Whole Foods.
Whoa.
Did I offend?
It's open for years. It's awesome.
I don't even know how to respond to that one. So.
It's a good one. Actually, buying frozen naan anywhere, right?
Yeah.
The whole concept
American
of naan.
I mean, Ed is going off. I should have never mentioned the blueberry bagel thing because Ed is like going in on me, man. It's like it's sacrilege. It's the water. I don't know. What? Sorry, Ed. I'm really sorry, man. No more blueberry baked goods for me.
Yeah, you'll have to substitute for something else I personally find disgusting, which is an everything bagel. Another one I don't like.
It doesn't sound
good. Some people are okay with it. No, some people like it. That's not.
I'm okay with an everything bagel.
I'm not. Never liked them.
So, what is naan? I don't even know what that is.
It's flatbread. Go ahead.
I'm not even officially qualified to actually speak towards naan because that's Punjabi, which is, again, Brent, it's a part of India, not all of India.
Wow. Man. I think it's time to end this.
Right here, right in between the.
I know. It's like.
Oh wait, Nitin, did you ever eat at Jackson Diner when you lived in Queens?
Oh, of course. I mean, that is a religious place to go.
That's 24/7, isn't it?
And by the way, and that's so that's in Jackson Heights. That's not in Forest Hill. Right. So you've got to take the F line over and then cross over the E line and walk up, right?
That's a
I
24/7.
love that. I love that.
Diner.
Yeah, don't challenge me on New York, man.
Yeah, no. My favorite thing is one time I walked out of Jackson Diner and there was a car blasting music, and it said Punjabi Boys with a Z.
Like CRM Playaz with his thing.
Yeah. Punjabi Boys.
So, Brent, to finish the sentence, it's like it's flatbread that is made in a tandoori oven, supposedly, right? None. At least that's my understanding. Yeah.
Do they also make
he's
blueberry
having
baked
none of
good in
it.
those ovens, or
He's having none of it.
Blueberry naan.
Blueberry.
Blueberry naan.
I don't even know what naan is, and that made me laugh because it just doesn't sound right.
No, that would be available at Whole Foods, by the way. A blueberry naan is probably something you'd find at Whole Foods.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, there's no Whole Foods on my side of town, unfortunately.
We have.
I think there's a reason for that, but I'm not. That's for a whole different kind of show.
That'll be for a different show next year.
Yeah. Speaking of which, I think we should probably wrap it up because this has been like the supersized.
Dina's got to get started on the cannoli.
I do. We don't want it to take me a good few hours to get this going.
She's got to leave the show and anyway. I'm going to end with Mikhail's Navy. So anyway, it's time. Thank you guys so much for making the first annual Estivus such a rousing success here. Any parting words before we all?
I have a grievance.
You're still trying to pull out that one thing, aren't you?
You can't say first annual anything. You could say second annual, but you can't say first annual.
Inaugural. How about inaugural?
Inaugural is fine. Inaugural is fine.
Alan, in this unprecedented times, everything's valuable.
Unprecedented. There we go.
Yeah. And on that note, folks. Well, thank you so much for spending part of your Christmas Eve with CRM Playaz. What's that?
Erev Christmas.
I would love to just speak for the audience of CRM Playaz for the year. That thank you guys. This is just so much fun. It really is a great relief. It's a great just having fun. Smart people always talking about interesting stuff. I really appreciate it, and I didn't want to be maudlin here, but it really is great to have you guys on doing this on a regular basis. So thank you for that.
We'll be back next year, right? This isn't a goodbye forever, right?
By the way, look who else is back too. Look who else is back. Chuck. We're glad that you did it, man.
He's got a cast on his left leg now.
No, he's stretching and getting ready for his next ride.
with Jesse.
If I may add on top of what Alan said, I think the Battle of the Bands or Bring Your Own Band, absolutely blown away by the skill sets. And I'm actually wondering why they're all in CRM. I mean, like what went wrong that they're having to hide under the banner of CRM for that talent not to be out there, right? I mean, it's just spectacular. I was just blown away by it.
That's where quality people go. That's why. But hey, just saying.
Well, what I really enjoyed it. How many, Paul? You might know how many of those bands said they had never played together before the contest, and because of the contest, they definitely plan on being a real band and getting together after all this stuff.
Well, if you count the Croco Birds as the band was there, but it had fallen apart, but they got together again, 5 of the 10.
Wow.
That's amazing.
Right?
Wow.
5 of the 10 who are now permanent bands, but 5 of the 10 got together before the contest. The other 5
Bill, nice to see you. Happy holidays to you. That was Bill Patterson.
We have some other plans for BYOB next year that we will reveal in the early part of the year, and it's different. And we're going to need everybody's help in that one too. But we'll talk to you early next year about it.
And I have to say to agree with Alan and this and Needham, it's not one thing, but it's the fact that you guys managed to move the community from distributed geographically offline to online and keep the main spirit that was the most impressive thing for me. I mean, many have tried, most have not succeeded. You guys did a tremendous job in moving the people and the spirit of the community on. Don't cry, Brent. It's okay. You did a good job.
He's thinking what I'm thinking, which is, wow, this is all news to us, right?
Yeah, I know. Wow. I'm still thinking about
dumpster fire award anyways.
I'm surprised that Alan, you didn't have one more grievance, and it 2 words come to mind with this.
Oh yes. No, but see, I'm very proud of that. You can do that as much as you want. It's okay.
No, I thought you might still be mad at us for not having a corporate narrative. So
that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
I knew exactly where you were going with that, Brent.
Alan, think of it as aspirational.
Oh.
Isn't that the word of 2020?
Yeah, let's leave it behind in 2021.
Right.
I'm going to start working on your archetypes for next year, so I can really
thank you.
Build out the narrative.
Yeah.
All right.
I was just going to say my thanks as well. Happy holidays to all of you. But you do make this community come together effortlessly. You know, you make it fun. You break down those walls, you know, between these big companies in the industry, and you make it fun for us. So we appreciate that. Thanks for facilitating that on behalf of us.
Entirely our pleasure, believe me.
Yeah.
And
we better end before I starts rolling out.
No more grievances.
Yeah.
now
I realize what they just said.
All right, folks. Really, I hope you all have a very Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, any other holiday, of course, Festivus.
Season's greetings.
Festivus, Estivus, season's greetings.
Yeah.
Merry and happy.
I guess the next time you see us, you'll be hearing about the winners from the BYOB, right?
Yep, January 7th, our next show. There's nothing next week. So January 7th, be ready. The first, second, third place, BYOB winners will be announced.
And it's going to be a big one. I mean, it's a tough decision. It's going to.
There's a lot of, let's say, close to dead heats going on, even with thousands of votes.
So that means there's still time for people to vote. So continue to vote. And we'll let you know how it all turns out on January 7th. So in the meantime, happy New Year, season's greetings. And we will see you in 2021. Thank God. 2020 will be over. See you. And now we have to do what we always do to end the show.
Well, wait. We have to give our goodbye greetings.
Oh, we got to do that too. That's right.
Right. Start there.
All right. Well, on behalf of Esteban Kolsky, Alan Berkson, not you, and Dina, I'm Brent Leary.
I'm Paul Greenberg.
We are the CRM Playaz, and now for our ending.